After a billion-dollar hailstorm hits an area, your focus should be on running your business, not on insurance claims. We have helped streamline the insurance process for hundreds of roofing contractors across the U.S., and we can do it for yours too. Visit us online at c3adjusters.com and learn how we can help you save time and get claims paid faster.
Hey, Hail Stalkers, we are here in the Hail Palace today. It's the noon hail forecast, but we got a special guest today. Sam Taggart, D2D-Con, D2D University, like the door-knocking champion, right? Like,
yeah, what's up, people?
Man, like, what do? Like, you teach people how to make money, basically, right?
Yep,
like,
make more money. Just go out and sell more deals.
Simple, right? How are you at forecasting? Are you a pretty good weather forecaster?
I'm one of the best, and that's little secret, trade secret. I've actually been practicing weather since I was like 8. I've been chasing storms for a long time, so I'm glad you actually finally found the expert.
Yeah, we got him in here now, so we'll do hashtag blame Sam from now on instead of blame John. That's the hashtag that seems to pop up, right? So guys, we're going to talk about some pretty cool stuff. We're going to do the forecast first. Sam's going to talk about some door-to-door strategies, which is, you guys are going to love this. I promise you're going to love this.
I'm going to do some role plays. I'm going to make him knock.
Oh,
Little did you guys know he's never knocked a door. And
Not once.
We're going to take him out on the streets today. This is going to be fun. I'm excited to see Derek actually get his face kicked in like the rest of us. Thank you.
It's going to be a ton of fun, right?
Yes.
So throw some comments in here. I think we're gonna try to do some of them, right?
Yeah.
Right? Answer some questions.
Yeah, ask any questions right now so we can take some of those after the weather.
Fill them through, right? So we're going to get the weather. So we're going to get started here. So you're going to learn, the first thing that you're going to learn is like where the key part of the presentation is, right?
Yep.
And so like, see, like right behind you, there you go. Yeah, so we're going to like get all close here now, right? So what we're talking about here, so what do you think? What do we got here?
Oh, you see this? So this is more like kind of a competitive situation. The storm's kind of trying to figure itself out in this moment. So typically, when you see this kind of this shape over here, where you've got like this, and then it kind of loops around.
Oh yeah.
That's typically meaning high chance of falling elephants. So if they came in hot, you would see this green area start to turn a little bit more fuchsia.
Yeah.
If you get the fuchsia, that's when you know you need to start calling the Ghostbusters. So, but don't worry, because usually it only lasts a few minutes, so you have to pay attention. But if you notice this, see how it's kind of an amoeba shape?
Yeah.
Usually the amoeba shape, that is
That's
like
trouble.
No, I mean, it depends. No. It depends on the time of the year. So usually in the springtime, yes.
Yeah, trouble.
Call your kids, hide your wife, hide your children. But now, kind of in late August, early September, you're dealing with a little bit more, the light, the gentle, no violent action taken.
Yeah. So you nailed one part of this here.
Okay.
August.
Okay.
So this is actually. This is the tropical. This is where the tropics are the hottest in August.
Are those my Cuban friends we're hitting?
Those are okay. Cuba there.
There we go. Okay.
You got Florida. You see Florida right there.
Oh, okay. Here we go. I was just there.
Let's test your pointing skills. Where's Texas?
Yes.
There you go. You got Texas right there. There it is.
Here.
There it is.
Good old heart of Texas. And we are solid right up here.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we are right up there. Yeah. So what we're looking at here, so we're going to flip here, but so into August, right? So this is where the tropics are the hottest, right in here, right? So notice the U.S., sometimes Florida can get some stuff going, maybe North Carolina, but typically the tropics are pretty slow during the month of August. So let's skip it forward here. Let's look at, this is September.
Oh, dang!
Yeah.
Watch out,
look
people!
Look out.
Oh, my goodness! That is wild! Look at them arrows. They're spinning everywhere.
It's everything, right? So September 11th, peak of hurricane season. This is where we're headed, though. This is the month that we're headed into. So
those Iranians or whatever, they knew September 11th. They said, we won't send hail. We're going to send 2 planes. So just kidding.
There we go.
They knew that it was storm season.
You're right. So we're actually watching. I'm going to back all the way here. So there's actually a tropical system right here.
Oh yeah,
it's developing right here. So here's some intensity stuff right here. This is models saying how strong it's going to get. Right? This is going to be fun, right? So Cat 2 hurricane right here. Here, look.
Cat 2?
Could be, right? So let's see here. Let's go. I'm going to go the wrong way here.
If I had one cat, I'd want to kill myself.
Right?
I'm not a cat guy, though.
Me neither. I'm a dog guy, right? If I'm going to have anything.
We actually just gave up our dog. Poor Lucy.
Lucy.
Moment. Last week I was like, yeah, she's peeing too much.
She wasn't knocking enough doors.
No, she doesn't cut it. You're not pulling her rent. Sorry. Get out.
So, all right. So it's going to form right here off the coast of Africa, right here behind me. It's going to zip straight up, and it's going to make the curve into the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. So
Poor fish.
the fish are going to take one for the team for us, right? So unfortunately, if you are in the restoration industry and you're wanting to work some wind claims, this guy's not going to do it. So
I'm actually going to be chasing that one.
Yeah.
There's my robo.
Get your robo going.
Anyone need a new roof?
Let's get it on, right? So
They're kind of knocking.
All right, so what do you got on this one? This one's pretty crazy.
So this brings us back to the 60s.
We're still tropics here.
Yeah, no, so for real. So anybody that lived in the 60s, I remember my dad told me about this peace, love, and happiness, and then they all loved about their tie-dye shirts. And so what we've got here is kind of that third grade art class went wrong, and we all tried to make a tie-dye shirt, and this was like the kid that was like, honey, I messed up. So that's kind of what we've got here. That's how I'm feeling on
That's
this
how
one.
you feel on this one?
Yeah.
All right, so this one.
You missed a spot, too, right up here.
Yeah,
Totally
look at that, all
missed.
white.
Get a red marker?
That's horrible,
Okay.
yeah.
A red marker,
Who
let's
misses
fill this
that?
in. Yeah.
Who misses that, right?
Okay.
All right, so this is your wind shear map, okay? So wind shear for hail is a good thing. Wind shear for hurricanes is a bad thing. Okay, so
Meaning bad meaning like we want the hurricane or we don't want the hurricane?
Well, if you want the hurricane, it's a bad thing.
It's a bad thing.
Yeah, it's not
Okay.
going to make
So it's a good thing for the homeowners that are like, save the kids.
Yeah.
It's a bad thing for if you're trying to make money on storms.
Right, exactly. There we go. So made that clear. So see, we've got a little bit Bahamas right here. We've got a little bit of wind shear. Now these blue circles, those are telling us where wind shear is actually decreasing. And the white circles are where it's actually increasing.
So don't want to be over there in Haiti and Cuba area right now.
Right.
I have a trip planned to Cancun.
Do you? When are you going to Cancun?
Next spring.
Nobody wants to know, right? Don't tell anybody.
I know. I was like, I don't take vacation.
Right. So the Caribbean, though, is right here, right through you, right here. And look, it's all red right now. So a lot of the tropical systems that we get in the U.S., a lot of times they form in the Caribbean. They'll make kind of a bend like that.
Does that mean it's getting hammered with wind right now?
Red
is bad? Like
way up high, it's getting hammered with wind.
So don't fly your planes. So if you're planning to fly your planes over the tropics right now, just want to advise, there's going to be some turbulence. Buckle up, seatbelt signs on.
They're
hitting turbulence.
Yeah.
Anyone on their trip to Peru right now?
They're going to Venezuela. They're going to go down there and try to get some coke, right?
Yep.
It's
seatbelt sign on, please.
Little bumpy getting there, so it's a little more dangerous than it already was. So. Yeah, so we're watching.
What is going on up here in Lake Chicago?
Yes,
what is what?
Yes, so this is actually a cold front. This is a big storm system that's coming across, and here in a minute we're going to talk about the severe weather, the hail that system's actually going to create. So that'll be coming up here a couple slides down the road.
Okay.
So what we wanted to focus on here, though, tropical-wise, is so we've got a lot of decreasing wind shear, and all this stuff is going to gradually decrease more and more as we go into the next month. So that's why the tropics increase. So we've got here, let's see here. I'll step right. Which way do I go here? Look at this. So look, arrows. Look at this. So there's our system. It's going to form. And look at this. We're going to get all tangled up here, but it's going to form, and it's going to swing all the way up like that.
Oh, okay.
So pretty cool, right? So here's a system. Look at that. How about that? Step up there. All right. So here's a system that may form. We don't know if it's going to form yet. You can see the spin right there. Can you find it?
Is that a frog?
It looks kind of like a frog, doesn't it? Yeah.
So we call it toad.
Toad, yeah, that could be its name.
Yeah.
We haven't made it to the T's yet, but
this is called storm toad.
And we're going to remember this. If it forms, I'm going to call it toad the whole time. So
this is a formulated. It's a tadpole at the moment, people. We have a tadpole just forming right here.
Forming, right? It hasn't got its legs yet.
Exactly.
It's not knocking many doors yet.
Still in training.
All right. So we're going to watch this guy. We'll see what it'll do. This is actually next week. Okay,
right.
So
and you already can catch it. It's already just kind of brewing.
Yeah,
it's
we're
like you
watching
just turn the oven on and preheating to get tadpole. Okay.
You want to go get in a hurricane if it forms?
Yeah, I'm in.
Game? All
I'm
right.
in. Is that what, Louisiana?
Yeah, I mean right there.
Maybe like Alabama.
You got to watch out for New Orleans. It is a fishbowl. It fills up with water pretty easily. But
yeah, as you say, it's just hanging out in the ocean.
It is. Yeah. So we'll watch this guy. We'll see what it does,
cool.
And we'll track it for people. Whoop. Let's go the other way here. All right. So this is simulated radar. Now we're switching to severe weather. Did you see that? Look at that. Look at those storms fire right there. That's what we want to talk about. So remember that big red area was like like this.
Oh yeah, the
right?
cold front.
Yeah,
so it's severe coming into
look at
it.
it. Yeah, see it. So it's stretching everything and ripping it across right here, right?
Okay.
So what's going to happen is as that energy hits right here, boom. This is Omaha right here. So it shows storms going up. These will be severe. These will have the potential to produce some hail. And so that's what our viewers are going to be watching, right? Is there going to be any hail? So we're going to watch this rip across here.
So who hasn't been hit? Who has not been blessed from the heavens? Where is I hear Minnesota's been dry. Oklahoma's been
Oklahoma's dry. Yeah.
Let's.
Do we not have the chat on here? How come the chat hasn't been coming across?
If we could say the rain dance right now, the hail dance. Did you have a hail dance? Like Indian hail dance?
What's your hail dance? You got one?
Kind of like this.
Yes.
Something
there
like
it is.
that. I mean, my Navajo friends didn't ever teach me the real one.
So we're gonna have to up the forecast now for Omaha because you just did the hail dance.
I was like, we just did the prayer dance.
So I think it's definitely gonna blast somebody. So you just did the hail dance.
Up 2%.
Yeah. We're gonna have to go 25 or 30 probably now, right? You just did the hail dance. So
for sure.
yeah, so up to 2-inch hail possible in the red area, right? So we're looking at maybe Minneapolis. This stuff is pretty late. Yeah, it's pretty big, 2-inch. That's not bad.
That is good.
All right, so here's Minneapolis forecast for Minneapolis. Like we'll punch you in the head with that. Look at that. So 4 a.m. to 9 a.m. So this is like somebody's working late up here at our office tonight. So it's going to be some late hail, right? Up to golf ball size, the chance, about a 10% chance. There it is. There we go.
It's over here.
12% chance of a 3-star map. I just used 12% just to throw everybody off.
Check out Vanilla if you want 5 stars on Google.
Oh, yeah? Here we go. So we're going to talk Omaha, Des Moines, 2-inch hail.
Am I still in your way? Uh-oh.
15%. It's all right. 15%. All right, so let's jump into it. 5-day forecast. We got to see what the whole 5 day is about, right?
Seriously.
Here it is. There's our sponsor, the C3 group right there. All right, look at there.
Definitely anyway.
Gets you backwards every time, doesn't it? So.
It's like 2 mirrors doubling across. It's like, shut my eyes.
So we got 15% chance for a 3-star map or greater today. Max hail size today, 2-inch. Population kind of moderate. You got Omaha, you got Minneapolis in there, so it's not just in the plains where there's nothing.
What about temperature?
Temperature?
Is that not your thing?
Yeah, no, they don't really care. It's gonna be.
Google.
It's gonna be 85 today somewhere.
Okay, good. I was like, man, I'm curious.
I think it's a little hot here, isn't it?
Yeah. It's humid.
We'll do the same thing tomorrow. 15% chance. I think a lot of this stuff tomorrow is actually gonna be real early in the morning now. So. Watch this.
Most door knockers don't get up till about 11, so it's okay.
Y'all have to knock in the heat, don't you? So, lower the chances on Saturday, but there is the chance of hail on Saturday, so we'll watch it, and then we're going to drop it, and let's go. We'll both go over here, right?
Ooh,
there it is. Whoop, look at that. Turn it around here. 2%, golf ball low, and we're going to do the same thing on Sunday. And now for the fun stuff. It's time to put you in your element, right?
Let's knock some hail. Ooh.
All right, here we go. Look at that. Let's see what we're going to block here. Oh, so here it is. 5 steps.
Love it.
To door approach, right?
Yeah, so we're going to jam on how to knock doors. So a lot of you guys are out there. Some of you guys never done this. Some of you guys maybe did it when you were a kid, or I don't know. Anyway, hopefully this can pertain to some of you guys. But we have Door-to-Door-Con coming up in January, so I invite you guys to go get your tickets. There's a discount code today and tomorrow. It was all of August. So go use it. It's AUG with a capital AUG, Tribe, the capital T, and you get 20% off. So today and tomorrow, go get your tickets, dddcon.com. And I'd love to see you in there in January. Should have over probably 2,000 to 4,000 people there this year. It'll be big. Jordan Belfort is speaking, the real Wolf of Wall Street.
No way.
To see like the real deal. It's kind of like I'm trying to get Leonardo DiCaprio too.
I'm coming just for that.
Oh, it'll be sick. Like
Leo's got to be cheap, right?
I know. I don't know. I mean, he's one of my favorite actors too. But
right?
Anyway, like Jordan Belfort will be there. Some awesome, like world-renowned speakers all over from the country, and then over 40 workshops. The roofing type people. You got Paul Reed speaking, Sam Struther speaking, Jim Johnson speaking. We've got sponsors like all over. About 100 vendor spots. So we're about 70% full on vendor spots. So if you're somebody that's in that game, would love sponsors. Anyway, so we're going to dive into how to do this. So you've never knocked doors, so I'm going to just treat it as like brand new, never done this, how I would teach you.
Okay.
Is that fair?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so I have 5 steps, but really there's a fake step. So we're going to go into step 0. So,
look at that.
So there you go. So step 0 is actually check your state. So essentially what I teach, and I spent, I was over at GAF yesterday, so big shout out to those guys. We did a workshop in Tulsa 2 days ago, yesterday here, and that's why I'm out here in Oklahoma. But basically I spent 80% of the time on this step and then 20% of the time on 1 through 5. And the reality is, if you're not in the right state and you're not confident, you don't have the right energy going up to a door, you're already lost, in my opinion. And we're human animals by nature. So if you answered the door to me and I'm like just like cowardly shivering, like you could just sense, I'm exaggerating, but you literally can sense like this guy's just had a terrible day. See you later. And it's like, sorry, little scum of the earth. You know what I mean? So essentially, it's all about how do you show up with this confidence and like shoulders back, chest out, and it's like, hey, how you doing?
Right.
It's a lot harder to be like, yeah, go away, to that guy showing up to the home versus like, sorry to bug you. I know you're eating dinner. Like,
right.
It's like, yeah, I am. See ya. So that's one. Check your state. Where are you at energetically? Confidence. Where's that at? So we'll go step 0. Step 1 is introduce yourself and break your preoccupation. So there's 70 million ways to do this, and it all depends on who answers the door. So I'd probably make some funny remark and be like, oh, what happened to your hair? I'm just kidding. That'd be the best way to start this conversation. And then you'd for sure be like, yeah, come on in.
What are you selling? I'm buying. Take my money, please.
Anyway, no, don't do that. But anyway.
Took my hair already.
No, I feel like, hey, I had to do something. What that did right there, even to Derek, he was like, oh, wasn't expecting that. So I want to break their pattern. I want to do the unexpected. So I ride a scooter door to door, and my pattern interrupt, my breaking their preoccupation was, hey, you like my ride? Like they'd open the door and have a scooter, like a Razor Punk scooter, and I'd be like, check this out, you like my ride? And they'd be like, oh, I thought that was my little kids.
Right.
And they'd laugh, and then they'd be like, so what are you doing? I'm like, oh, I'll be super quick. We're basically just doing all the inspections. Everybody's had this big problem, storm hit, blah, blah, whatever you want to call it. And so it just helps break that ice. And then I introduce myself. I'm like, hey, I'm Sam with ABC Roofing or whatever. Is there an ABC Roofing? I always use that as an example.
Yeah.
But I'm like, it's 1, 2, 3, ABC, X, Y, Z.
You got to be at the front of the yellow pages, right? It's key now. It's key.
Anyway, so that's kind of step 1. So it's like and then part of step 1 is I want to overcome your objections before they happen. So I got to think through. You answer a door. What are going to be your objections automatically? I don't care what you're selling. You're probably going to say what?
Football game's on, man. I'm out here.
Yeah, I'm busy. I'm doing something.
Yeah.
What else?
I don't have any money. I'm broke.
I'm broke?
I sell hell maps, man. What do you think?
I'm broke. What else?
Let's see here. I'm not interested.
We're not buying. I'm not buying. Like,
yeah.
I wasn't shopping, so therefore I'm not buying.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
My wife's not here, so she's the decision maker.
Do you have a card? Like, come back later?
Yeah. Oh,
right?
Yeah. All these things, yeah.
So what if I overcame them all before they happened? So I call it 8 Mile, just like Eminem in the last rap battle. He's like, tell me something I don't know about.
You're right.
I know I'm white. I'm a mom in a trailer. See you later. You know what I mean? So it's like, I accept that you're going to tell me all these things.
Yeah.
I get it. Come on, hit me. Keep them coming. Let me know when you're done, and then let's have a conversation.
Right.
That's how I approach it. So I'm like, okay, hey. So I'm like, hey, I'll be super quick. I know you're super busy. Are you watching the game right now?
Uh-huh.
Awesome. High five. Who's winning?
I don't know.
So now try to tell me I'm watching the game. I'm busy.
Yeah.
I would have heard it real quick, and I would have I'm like, I know a game is on, therefore I'm going to bring that up.
Yeah.
And now it's like I proactively brought it up.
Yeah, man, I got to go watch the game.
I know you're watching it. Cool. Who's winning?
Yeah. The Sooners are.
Oh, high five.
Yeah.
I wish I could be watching. I'll be super quick. I actually just got done with Tim, and he kind of gave me the update, but I figured I'd just get an update every door. So
okay.
Basically what we're doing is super quick. I know you hate buying stuff from door-to-door guys, right?
I do,
They're super annoying. I hate them, too.
Yeah.
So what it is...
You're one of them. You know that, right?
Oh, of course. But I'm a cool one. I'm a lot better looking than the other 10 guys that came by.
Cool.
Anyway, so what it is we're just doing a proactive approach where we help like people on low budgets and stuff like that. I know you're probably doing fine, but a lot of people in this neighborhood really appreciate what we do.
Yeah.
Just because we help people save a little bit of money.
Mm-hmm.
So then I'm overcoming. Oh, is this going to cost
before anything happens?
Or I'll be like the not interested. It's like, hey,
don't worry, you don't need to buy anything from me right now. I don't even know if you're a good fit yet. So let's not get ahead of ourselves. Like most people, obviously, weren't sitting on the couch waiting for some guy to show up to their house and be like, let me check out the roof. Yeah. So I get that. It wasn't like on the top of your mind. I know that. So if you tell me I'm not interested, like, yeah, I know that.
Right. You'll redirect every time, right, to get to where you need to go. Yeah.
And I'll keep going. Yeah. So that's just some psychology that I can just beat you to it. Right. So then it's like you tell me, it's like, yeah, that's exactly why I'm here. Yeah. So it's like, give me any objection, and I would just be like, well, no, yeah. That's exactly
right. Right. We just talked about it.
We just talked about it. Now you feel like an idiot.
Yeah. Right.
Anyway, so that's how step 1 works. And I want to go into step 2. No, step 2.
Step 2. All right.
So step 2. So the what and the why. Now I trained at JF yesterday, and I said, look, there's 70 different ways you could break down your what and your why. So I could give you a couple different ones, but the most important is you just have to be really clear on your objective. And my objective obviously is to sell you. I know that, but do you want to hear that? So I'm like, hey, I'm here to sell you a roof. What do you tell me? No, I don't want to buy a roof. Right. So if I come off here like, well, check out, we're the best quality and we do the best service and we're the top roofer and you should definitely go with me. It's like, I'm not going with anyone right now. Like I'm watching the game right now. Right. And so most common mistake is roofers just go right into feature dump or throw up is what we call it. And they just want to sell them. Right now, what I do, my what and my why needs to be more of a program. So what I'm doing is I'm doing maybe the watershedding. I'm checking the watershed, resistance. It's basically what's been going on with a lot of homes here. So I'm just in charge of your territory. They just sent me here. And I'm just basically checking all the roofs out real quick. I just got off of all your other neighbors. You're next. Is it cool if I swing, and then I would just basically do that. Like, it's not like I'm selling you anything. I'm the meter reader. Right. Like, what are you going to say to the meter reader if you came and knocked on your door? It's like, go away. It's like, I'm reading your meter.
Oh,
like,
okay.
You know what I mean?
You're right.
I'm not selling you anything. I'm just
in the backyard, I guess.
Yeah, okay. Do you not want me to bill you for the electricity that you know what I mean? Yeah. I want to come off as like, I'm not selling you something right now. I'm doing this with everything, and I'm assuming you're going to do it because that's what everybody does. Right. And then you have to justify why they would need you to do whatever you're doing, right? Right. So I'm telling you what I'm doing, and then, why I'm doing it was because what happened was that storm came through about a month ago, and everybody got hit up by all these roofers trying to sell them these expensive roofs and stuff. Right. So what I'm in charge of is, and I make it such different, and I'm like, why that's so important is because the National Roofers Association has decided they want to kind of help regulate, and I come up with some story that's true, like make up some story that actually has logic and true, but then you're like, oh, that sounds important.
Yeah, nice.
Yes. Well, the city of Tulsa, or the city, or whatever, it's like, they basically they want everybody to be obviously protected and not have mold damages and stuff like that. So we just decided to take more of the initiative. And so why we're out here is just really helping out. Like, right. You know what I mean? It's like, you're welcome. Like, you're going to thank me later. So coming up with a powerful what and why, and then that leads you into step 3, which is always answering the question of what's in it for me. Right. Because at the end of the day, that's all you care about. Right. What's in it for me? And so I talk about the deal. So I'm like, look, here's the deal. As long as you work with me in my time frame right now, I obviously hate knocking on doors. It's not like I sit here and want to do this all day. I just get a couple of these done now, so that way I can get future business later on. So if I can set you up, you have my trucks, my sign, I get your roof going. What do you think all the neighbors do?
Right, they're going to get.
Yeah, so that's what's in it for me, is I get advertisement, future business, right? That makes sense. Yeah. You know how word of mouth works, right? Yeah. And in return, guess what? I give you all the upgrades. I pay this. I pay this. I do this. I do this. You know what I mean?
Sweet. Yeah.
You tell him all the deal.
Right.
And he's like, well, yeah. I want to be that guy.
Yeah. Right.
Right. So you give him that deal. Yeah. And then you lead into step 4. Because guess what? Right after you give him a deal, take it away.
Oh.
And then see what happens.
I want it back.
Here's this tango. Here's this candy. It's
wait a minute.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Nope. Mine. Tell you what, I don't know if you're a good fit for this.
Right.
So I want to be in control. So I go, if that works for you, great. If not, it's not a big deal. Like I said, I'm going to do it for you right now. So I'm going to either just do it for your neighbor, it's whatever.
But wait.
Yeah, I don't know if you even qualify. I got to check first. I got to hop up there first to even see if I'd even waste my time or your time. Let's be honest.
I'm going to turn around and go like my wife, I hope we qualify for this.
See what I'm doing to him? I'm playing that hot chick and hard to get.
Yeah.
Versus please, I promised you he's the best manufactured shingles, and I promised they're going to last a lifetime warranty, and I'm just coming off so desperate.
Right.
Nobody wants to be that. Like, nobody wants to buy from the guy that's desperate. They want to buy from the guy that's like, I'm a bad at it. Like, I don't need your business. I'm just doing you a favor, dude.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
So I'm pulling back, and then that leads me to step 5, which is transition. So step 5 is, a lot of people stop at step 4, and then they're like, so Sam taught me this awesome pitch. Did that work? Did I get you? I know I pulled back, but intentionally, I really want you to do this. Yeah. It's like, I'm tricking myself. Anyway, so you got to transition. You got to say, okay, so the next step is, and that's an easy teaching to your guys. The next step is, I just got to get some basic info from you. What was your name again?
Derek Klein.
Derek Klein. Okay, cool. And the address here is?
29. Yeah.
Cool. And then I just hop up there real quick. I snack a couple pictures. Obviously, like, unless you wanted to go take the pictures, and I'm just like, I'll be right back. What side's a good time? Right?
Right.
And then is he even stopping me at that point?
Yeah.
No. Like,
no.
you're going to be like,
yeah.
wait, no.
Please don't.
You're laughing. No.
Wait, do we actually qualify first?
Yeah, exactly. So I'm just like, look, so you could transition to getting information. You could transition into getting just right up on the roof. You could transition into, I just need to set up a time. I guess when is you and spouse both here? Like, I want to make sure you're both here when I come back. Is it usually later in the day, earlier in the day? What's the best time to catch you guys?
Right.
Later in the day?
Later.
Later, that's what most people I've got. I'm actually way booked out tomorrow. You come by like 2 days, maybe Friday, or whatever, and set up an appointment, and that's kind of your transition. But the best transition is to inside. Because once you can get inside, you can create that rapport.
You can ink some deals at the kitchen table.
Yeah, it's like you can actually make something happen. And you may want to transition inside after you go up on the roof or something like that.
Yeah.
But some people in certain situations, it's like, let's go inside now, let's figure something out, explain the process, then I'll hop up because I know there's damage.
Right.
It's been just hammered. It's just like, duh. And I'll just take pictures. Like, you can obviously see your windows are all shattered. You know what I mean? It depends on the situation at that point.
Right.
So, anyway, that's the simple 5 steps to the door approach. If people want to comment, ask questions, like, we're going to jam for a minute, but I want to see you try. You made me do the hail map. So Derek never knocks the door. I'm going to flip the script on him. He's like, oh, how'd you read the weather? I'm like, well, elephants are following. So I'm curious. I want to see him go.
Oh, man, it's gonna get bad now.
It's going to get bad.
All right. So look, I get to watch. At least I can see. Yeah. They can't see, but there's a monitor right here with all the steps. Thank goodness.
Yeah.
So I don't forget them all.
Love it. Okay.
All right. So first, got to check my state, right? So.
Tony Robbins.
Who's
come
the
on,
man?
come
Yeah,
on.
that's right. Let's go. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I'm the customer.
Everybody. All right. So, all right. So, let's see here. Make sure I get them all right. All right.
Can I help you?
Do you always wear those shoes?
Yeah, they're the Kobe's. You like them?
Yeah, man, those are sweet, man. All right, what's next?
Boom, that was good.
See, that, like I got that right,
right?
Like nobody could see your shoes, but whatever. All right,
they're the nice Kobe's.
All right, so the what and why. So then we would be like, let's see here.
What are you doing?
So like I'm here today. So like we're in the neighborhood. We were talking to Tim and Sally just the other day, and like they're like we got this special program. Am I supposed to jump into that yet? Yeah. So we got this special program, right, where like there's been a bunch of storm damage and so we're checking to see like there's been like some pretty serious leaks with Tim down the street, and like we actually avoided a pretty serious leak with them. So like we've just been like I was assigned to this territory, like this is my place, and so like I'm just coming through here and like we're just making sure everything's cool. So and then right? Is that it? Did I get it? Like for a guy doing it the first time. Yeah. So here's the deal. So like as I go through this area, like we don't have a whole lot of, we're like gaining clients in this area, and I think you can really help me out a lot with this. So like if we do something with your roof, we find like a leak or something like that, my signs, my trucks in the neighborhood, like they're going to be able to help me out a lot, like getting some other deals. So like with you being able to help me, I'm going to be able to help you out quite a bit. Like we got this really sweet deal here that I'm going to be able to push for you, and it's going to be really awesome. Like you're going to love this deal. All right, and then.
So what's the deal? Like,
but,
give me the deal. Yeah.
But
maybe tease me a little bit more on the
deal. A
little
bit more with the deal.
Yeah.
Okay, so like we're saving people like there's a chance that depending on what we're going to be able to do, like we're going to be able to save you a lot of money today, right? So and a lot of times we're able to work with insurance companies. So like sometimes like out of pocket expense. Extremely minimal. Like you'd be shocked at what we're able to do.
There you go. You tease me a little better.
Right. Now here's the deal though. Like I don't know if everybody qualifies for this deal, so I'm gonna have to do a couple of checks here. We're gonna have to see if we're actually gonna be able to do that. with that deal. But I know Tim down the street, he qualified. I think we got a shot to get you to qualify, but I'm not for sure. So I'm going to have to do a couple things to make sure that you qualify. I get that? Right?
Fire, dude.
All right.
That's
So,
biting.
all right. So I'm going to get started on this here real quick. So what was your name again?
Sam.
Sam. And what the address is?
415.
Okay. So I'm going to jump up on the roof real quick. We're going to take a look and make sure that everything qualifies, checks out for you.
Yeah.
I'll be right back down in just a few minutes.
Boom!
Nailed it.
He's for hire, people. Newest recruit, Derek. Yes.
Let's nail it, right?
Nailed it.
All right.
First time. That was good. How'd that feel?
Felt okay.
Okay.
I feel like I could probably do better, right? First time, that's
dude?
pretty good, though, right?
Hey, I'm ready to throw you in the deep end. Let's go.
Let's go.
I
guess I'm getting thrown in the
I know
deep end.
you
It
are
sounds
today.
like
That'd be
I'm gonna butcher it. Probably. We'll see.
Love it.
Somebody's gonna get a sale from me, I guess, right? I wonder, am I gonna get commission?
Dude, we should walk. Who is it? Greg?
Greg, yeah. You think Greg's gonna pay me some commission?
Okay, so let's see if there's any comments or anything.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah,
if you have any questions, we're gonna hop on this Facebook Live. That's awesome.
Hey, where are the comments at, John? We're not getting any. Nobody's commenting.
Oh, there's
welcome,
people. Sam. What's up?
Just no questions, huh?
Ask a question if you want a question answered. Ask a question.
That's my mom right there. She's watching today.
She's a proud All right. Okay.
No questions. Okay, so I got a question for you.
Okay.
How about this? So I'm gonna start us off with a question. So, like, people hear this, right, and they're like, but does it really work? So my question is, I heard some numbers. You can tell me. So, like, let's say I'm working Dallas, pummeled, right? We're talking 10 guys knocking doors every day, like people getting a lot of doors, right? So I implement this stuff that you teach. And have you ever sent anybody to a market like Dallas to work something like that? And did it work?
Yes. I mean, I have, and I'm not saying because I'm going to hit up all the time. Send me door knockers. Send me. Like, it was just a situation where I sent Crest. I was like, hey, here's a couple guys.
Sam Struthers with Crest? Okay.
Yeah. So I was like, hey, here's a couple guys. And within 2.5 days, I think they did 62 contingencies.
62 in 2.5 days?
Yeah. And then they did 80-something in Denver in like 2 days for a company.
No way.
Yeah. Like, I'm like, guys, there's a new level of talent and a new level of like skill and a new level of hustle that like the world of roofing hasn't seen. These guys are my solar buddies.
So I want to. Has anybody sold 62 deals in 2 days? Like, I mean, you guys obviously have, but
no, but
your guys
these guys
did.
never were trained. I literally got off plane, hey, I bet I could figure the roof thing out. I mean, I did 10 in my first 2 hours ever.
10 in 2 hours.
And I was just like, you guys call yourselves door knockers? I'm like, no, man, you're wannabes. I like made fun. Like, I didn't make fun of them, but I was like, you're pretending to knock, but you're really just like taking orders. You're out there just like digging around. You're like, I went out for a couple of hours. I'm a hustler. And I'm like, no. I know guys that knock from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. all year, every day.
That's 12 hours.
That's a hustler. And I'm talking next door. I'm not talking, well, I met with an adjuster for 30 minutes, and I met with this, and I sent some emails. I'm talking next door. Like,
man.
Like,
62, and you said
80 something.
80 something in Colorado. That's amazing.
Big shout out.
Now this is a portion, right? This isn't the whole deal, right? These 5 steps. Like how much is there to? This is like getting like your first 30 seconds, right?
Well, no, this could be your first 3-5 minutes.
Okay.
You know what I mean, obviously there's a whole more trainings on the university on how to close, how to meet with the adjusters. Like this morning we did a whole film thing where we actually met with the adjuster. I'm like, hey, can I film with you? And he's like, no. I'm like, I can't know this shit. You know what I mean? It's like, no, but anyway, so like we train on every aspect of the process.
Yeah.
Obviously this is just that first. Because in my opinion, if you have more opportunities, like where you're actually getting through step 5 instead of through step 1, door slam, step 1, door slam, which is where most people are at, then the more of those opportunities getting on roofs, if I get on way more roofs, guess what? I'm probably closing more deals. I'm probably building more projects. Like, at the end of the day, it starts here. But I think what most people are like, oh, I should just run my business off of I'll probably just have people call in and already need a roof.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like
right.
you just skip steps 0 through 5 and they're already like called you online. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm like, no, the hustlers of the world can get people from 0 to hero just by being there and making a transaction happen right there in front of their face.
Right, getting the contingency right there,
yeah,
right?
Let's go.
Right. So can they learn like this whole process at D2D Con?
Oh, it is like this on steroid. I mean, 3 days, over 60 speakers, you have 100 vendors. I mean, this is like the best of the best. So if you've seen my podcast, you'll realize, so if you go to D2D-podcast, I've interviewed some of the best talent out there.
You should definitely go to his podcast, too.
It's rad. Like, I was just consulting a company yesterday, and one of the guys was like, wait, you're the guy from D2D Podcast? I've listened to every episode. And I was like, yeah. He's like, oh, I didn't even connect those 2 dots. Like, he's like, I found it like 3 months ago. And he's like, it's changed my life. And I was like, yeah, man, that's sick. But it's like I'm taking the solar dude and the alarm dude and the Kirby guy and the back, you know, and this guy and the pest and I'm just saying, what do they all do in common that makes them freaking slayers? From recruiting to leadership to structures to cultures to, you know, systems to selling to tactics, like all of that. And I really deep dive into all the little things that we need to know. And then I compile all that good stuff, and I'm like, let's make a university with this because everybody needs this. Like, it's sick.
That's awesome, man.
I've heard Con is gonna be dope.
I've heard like so many great stories. Like, I mean, people have to go there, right? So I think we've got a comment in here somewhere pinned at the top.
But just as a heads up, because the internet went out earlier, so it's not showing up on the screen. So you got to check on Facebook.
Oh, the chats, we saw that. Yeah, no wonder why we're like, why aren't they showing up there? So let's make sure. Let's see if anybody's posted in there.
Some demographics.
Income levels, Inc. are more receptive than others. That's a great question.
Actually, that's funny. I was out with Nelson this morning on an adjuster meet, and we were in a nice neighborhood. And he's like, it's funny because a lot of guys get their butts kicked in this nice neighborhood. They'll go like 4 or 5 doors, and they're like, man, this is rough. And then they'll kind of detract back to like a lower income neighborhood because they find it a little easier.
Yeah.
Every neighborhood, and this is the myth I like to debunk, every neighborhood's a good neighborhood. Certain guys are going to resonate a little better in certain areas, so you may want to cater a little bit to that.
Yeah.
But in my opinion, if you fall into the trap of this is a bad neighborhood, this is a good neighborhood, I don't like, you know what I mean, and you're always chasing the gold mine, in my opinion, you're doing yourself a massive disservice because you're discrediting and you're walking away from deals because you're not willing to figure out how to knock every neighborhood. So the real response is like, you just have to cater that whole what and why in the deal. You have to cater it to each demographic, each neighborhood. It shifts a little bit. And with practice and with time, you'll figure out what's working in a rich neighborhood, what's working in a wind damage versus a hail damage versus a year-old storm versus a 1-month storm. I'm going to approach those different. My why is going to be a little different. And so we try to train on all different aspects of that. But at the end of the day, teach your people to overcome the mentality that I need to be somewhere else. This neighborhood's shot. You just got your face kicked in for 5 doors. That doesn't mean the 6th door you're going to get your face kicked in.
Right.
They're all mutually exclusive.
Yeah.
You just aren't showing up with the right state. Check your state internally versus blame it on the neighborhood.
Would you say that's 0 is the most important?
100%. Like I said, 80% of my time is spent on 0 because if I can get your mind right, like I went out and sold 5 alarms my first day ever. It's because I was in the right state. I was actually so tricking myself that I was going to be the best ever. And I didn't even know what was normal, but it was just my state. But my skill level, I didn't even know what I was selling. I didn't even know how to do the paperwork. I didn't even know the product, the features, the benefit. I didn't even know what the thing did. But I sold 5. So it gave me a huge testament to like all the other stuff. If you come up with the right confidence, that person will resonate with you, and they'll go, I'll keep listening. Okay, I'm buying.
People were buying you.
Yeah, they're buying you.
Yeah, exactly.
So
That's
I would
huge.
train that, and the neighborhoods will mold to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's awesome.
I hope that answered that question.
Yeah, I think that was great.
Any other ones?
Right here. Any suggestions for women canvassing to keep themselves safe?
I mean, I've dealt with this a lot. Like, and I didn't ever put my female reps in the hood. You know, I was always trying to be really careful on where I put them.
Yeah.
And 2, I just did a whole pest control girl. She's a Golden Door Award winner. So the Golden Door, if you do 200 installed roofs, you get a Golden Door Award. Come to Door Con, you get a free ticket, you get a free VIP ticket, and you get a big award. So she got it in pest control. And it was interesting. In the first girl Golden Door winner, which was really cool, which is the equivalent of 200 roofs. I mean, that's a lot.
Yeah.
And she just never goes inside. That was what she said, because I asked her that question. She's like, I just don't go inside. I try to do everything outside.
Yeah.
And so she's like, and I'm also not stupid. She's like, there's that fine line that I've used my flirtiness and I use my charm and my good looks to my advantage. Like, I definitely know how to leverage that.
Yeah.
But I definitely know when that line is getting crossed, and I call it out. Like, no. I'm here to do business.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna and I'm gonna kind of leave you wanting more. But at the end of it, I know how to call it out, and I know when's safe, when's not. And she's like, I've done this for 5-6 years and never had any problems.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's safe. People aren't naturally gonna be like predator to a random person that came to your door. But I've found, put them in decent neighborhoods, teach them, and then I actually gave some of my girls like a bear spray to have in their back pockets.
Yeah, just in case.
Whip it out, dude. A bear spray? Like, not even pepper spray. I'm like, this is even extra.
Yeah.
I'm like, I hope you have to use it one day. It's like, blast it, dude. But it makes them feel a little bit more confident.
Yeah.
Because the biggest thing with a female is like, you just want them to feel confident. Because if they already have that, like, what if he is like going to do, like, that already is going to take away from step 0.
Yeah.
So
Awesome.
Hopefully that answered that.
Yeah, let's see if we got any more here. Oop, wrong way.
Skipping houses that are obviously DNQ. Awesome. Yeah, why would you knock an obvious not qualified? So I'm very conscious of how I'm knocking neighborhoods. You know, did this just get hammered? One, I've also found that sometimes if you're too picky, you walk away from some deals. But prospecting is an art. I don't go to homes that I know people aren't home.
Mm-hmm.
I watch some guys go house to house to house to house early on in the day. It's so funny, a lot of roofers yesterday, well, I only go out from like 6 to 9 because that's when people are home. I'm like, you idiot. So you telling me you want to work 3 hours a day? Like, no, I go out from 1 to 9:30. I go out from 10 to 9. I'll go out a full day. Well, people work till 5. I'm like, I sold so many deals before you even start knocking. So anyway, that's one debunk. But I just know how to knock earlier in the day when I know people aren't home. And then if I know obviously they just got a brand new roof, that's a condition. Like, I don't want to knock their door, waste that time, and be like, yeah, obviously I'm not going to sell you a new roof. You know what I mean? So don't be dumb. But I also think just becoming a master of tracking your area by like using the hail trace or your street sheet or whatever it is. Master like where you've been, re-knocking the same street 5-6 times so that you can talk to everybody. Because I think that's where a lot of people fail is they don't actually end up talking with everybody.
Right.
They just are like, I knocked that street. I'm like, well, you talked to 2 people. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
So it's knock the homes that people are home, skip the DNQs that are obvious, but don't be too picky because you'd be surprised. You skip a lot of deals that could have been deals.
Could have been deals, yeah.
Because
absolutely.
You can't tell. Like, you're like, there's no damage. Like, really, get up there, and there probably is. See what I mean?
Yeah. Here's a great one. Brian Johnson said, do you mention free inspections at the door?
I mean, to me, it's kind of like, I'm not sitting here trying to free inspect. It's like, it's obvious. Like, no, I'm not selling you anything. I can't sell you if I want to. I think free is a trigger word, in my opinion, meaning free is super gimmicky. Oh, it's free. People are like, there's no free lunch. What's the catch? They're already going to ask you that.
Right.
So I make it more just like, I'm doing this. Don't worry, it's not going to cost you anything. So I'd rather use it's not going to cost you anything versus free. Mm-hmm. Like, no, I don't charge you.
Right.
Because free for some, even though it's the same thing, it's just a trigger word where they've been trained to be like, uh-oh, free, that means not free. Versus like, no, I don't charge you to hop up there. I'll just hop up there real quick.
Right.
Versus, we're doing the free inspections. People are like, I don't care to have a free inspection.
Especially in roofing, I feel like a lot of times they've already heard that like 15 times.
Yeah, in my opinion,
so you got to change the pattern, right?
Yeah, I'm like, I don't go do 10 in it. I don't do it the way you guys do it. If you just keep repeating the dudes that did it 10 years ago, then I'll sell more than you.
Right.
Maybe I'm sharing too much, but it's like okay, keep doing that. But I mean, that's what we train on. So so the companies that started using our university and trainings, instead of being like, oh, we're doing it wrong, that's what everybody else told us to do. And I'm like, yeah, I don't come from your space, and I tried this.
Right.
Check this out. Right. And they're like, but that would work. I'm like, oh, let's go try it. I don't know, maybe it would. and we go do 80. You know what I mean? It's like, they're like,
Okay.
Yeah.
So crazy. So crazy. Let's see here. Oh, somebody in my office asking a question here. How do you get your guys to let go of the I can't knock until after 5? I love this. I loved your answer yesterday, so this is going to be good. No pressure.
Yeah, I don't know what I said yesterday, but at the end of the day, like, I literally, I laugh. Like, I laugh at the real question is, that is actually a really good question because it's a managerial problem. But then I'd ask whoever asked the question and say, well, are you willing to knock before 5? You know what I mean? So then the question is, if you're not willing to do it, then can you expect them to do it? That's my number one question I'd ask you, because leadership comes from the top. So if the William Wallace isn't willing to get in the front line of the battlefield, then how is it? And then it's a lot easier for him to be like, come on, guys, like, keep up. Versus kind of like, yeah, you guys should be knocking before 5. Get out there, guys. And I'm in the air-conditioned office, like, just chilling. Like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing?
Hey, how come you haven't knocked very many doors today?
Yeah, how come you haven't knocked? It's like, well, how come you haven't? So if I'm a rep, I would start questioning the leader, and I'd be like, come with me, man. Like, let's go together. Like, and see what he says. And then if you're a leader and that, like, puts a pin in you, I'd be like, yeah, we need to change that. So first it comes from the top down, in my opinion. And then the second answer to that would simply be like, your people have been trained in their brains. Something has taught them throughout their entire time with you that you can't knock until 5. So I had a solar guy that I was consulting, and he was like, no way, it's impossible. I would die. Like, I wouldn't make it if I had to go a full day knocking. Like, that wouldn't fit. Like, I would fall over. Like, it would be physically I couldn't do it. And I was just like, did you just say you would die? Like, if you tried to knock a full day, like, you physically couldn't hack it? I'm like, who are you? Like,
let's call an ambulance in. We'll have them on the street. Let's just see what you're capable of here.
I was like,
we'll have them ready though, just in
exactly.
case.
I'm like, it's just like a marathon, like a swimmer. Like, I have a life raft kind of by me. Like, you doing okay?
Yeah.
I got some granola bars. Like, you can do it. Come on,
go.
And I was like, what did you just say? I think what's so funny is I'm using that as an exaggeration because the problem is a lot of people, that's what they think. They're like, no, that like physically people couldn't do that. Like, I just told you I have a rep that goes all year, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. every single day, and he got antsy when I did a podcast with him because he's like, I should be out there.
Right. I'm missing
time.
Yeah, like 2 hours down the drain.
He's literally like 2 hours. Like, you just wasted 2 hours. Like, I loved being on the podcast, but I also feel guilty.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, but you can't sell before.
But it's only 9 o'clock. Why do you care, right? Yeah. Nobody's home.
No one's home. I'm like,
but he's terrified that he's missing it because they are home.
They are home. I promise you. You like think about it this way. I'm getting on your roof and I'm setting an appointment. I can catch wife and do that. Because why? I'm not even closing. Like, I can catch, like, dude, I could freaking catch like the older brother that's like, you know what I mean? Still be like, dude, I'll just go take the pic. So when I come back at 6, when your wife or your mom's home, I can just literally be like, check this out. I was up on her roof. Your son said it was cool, and like, he's like, you already have my pic? Yeah. I'm one step ahead of the other roofers.
Right.
Like,
if you've got damage of pictures, they're going to be like, well, at least want to see them.
Yeah. Like, let me just show you your pictures. You just want to see them, don't you?
You're going to get to the kitchen table, right?
100%.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what do you mean you can't knock? Like, so I would laugh at my guys if they're like, I can't knock until 5. I literally am like, you need a culture shift, in my opinion. You need a culture facelift. That's what we do. We go out to companies and like, facelift, let's go.
Lift the hood up and see what's going on.
Like, facelift,
that's
what you need.
Yeah. Cool. I don't think I've seen any new ones come in here.
Yeah, hopefully this is some good nuggets. I mean, I can't give too much. No,
right.
I'm just kidding. I'm all about give. I'm all about give. I'm like, it's all free. Go to the podcast.
Yeah, so the D2D tribe, the group.
Yeah,
got to be on the Facebook group. The podcast. You've got books.
DDDexperts.com, thedddexperts.com.
You've got to be like 45, right, to have all this stuff?
No, I know it's crazy. I have like 4 software companies. I have the events and the. It's great. I've grown a gray hair or 2 last year, so I've been hustling.
You're better than me. Mine just all fell out. So.
Anyways, I appreciate you having me on.
No, man, this is awesome, man. I hope everybody got a ton of value out of this. We value what you do. I've seen like what you've done with other companies, how you've changed their culture, how you brought them in and made them better. I've heard stories. Like, I mean, you guys are awesome. So if you're not signed up for D2Decon, you got to do that. Like, number one, do that. Podcast, the Facebook group, it's all free stuff. You guys got to join this stuff. Like, you got to join the tribe, man.
Join the tribe.
It's huge.
I knocked doors. No, for real though, it's a tribe. That's why we call it that.
Yeah, be proud of it, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, guys make $1 million a year knocking doors, right?
And people still think,
crazy.
when are you going to get a real job? I'm like, this is a real job.
Yeah.
Like, it just is.
It's a sweet, fun job that changes every single day. Like, there's something different. Like, you meet lots of cool people. I mean, God, it's crazy, right? So, cool, guys. Well, we appreciate you guys for watching. Again, if you have any questions, post them in here. I'm sure we'll try to keep an eye on them, see what's going through there. And, yeah, it was fun. Appreciate you for coming in and doing it, man.
Thank you.
Tons of fun. Yeah. There we go.
And Matt just did it.
That's
you
it.
just pressed one button and it shut